I'm proud of how our guys came out and set the tone early in the game. Obviously, we allowed Drexel to chip away at our lead in the second half. I feel like a large part of that was due to our fouls and getting in the penalty early, and then those guys just attacking us and driving, knowing that we were in the penalty, and then they had some timely baskets, which gave them some additional energy. So, hats off to Drexel. Zach's doing a great job with this team, this program. I have a great amount of pride in the Drexel program, and I'm sure those guys will continue to get better this year and have a good season.
Questions for Dave?
When it gets down to 69-53, what are the conversations between you guys out there on the floor?
We try to embody being together at all times for 40 minutes. So we in the huddles just try to tell my guys to make sure we keep the ball pressure, make sure we hand on ball and space drivers, because they was trying to get in the lane at that time because they know we were staying attached to winning, so they was trying to drive us. I was just telling my guys to just stay on their line and don't get beat.
And what are some of the things that Coach emphasizes in these type games?
Staying in communication, staying together. Communication is the biggest part, because we tend to get leads, and then in the second half we go down the other end. Communication kind of go down a little bit, so he was just embodying communication and playing hard for 40 minutes, making that street fight.
Do you think the team succeeded with doing that too?
Yes, I think we succeeded with making it a street fight for 40 minutes, but we just got to hit the lab to get better with not fouling and turning the ball over.
Anything else for Dave? Hang on.
One more thing. I was looking at the box score and the number of minutes played. It seemed, at least from the numbers, that the older guys played a little more today than they usually had. Do you feel that way, you guys?
Honestly, no. We strength is in numbers. Whoever's out there got to give it their all, regardless. We try to keep the mindset that we actually we're happy for our brothers. So if they're out there doing their best, we're cheering them on. So we kind of don't look at the minutes portion.
Thanks, Dave.
Coach, for you personally, what does it mean when you come back as a person?
I mean, I've learned so much here. As a student athlete, assistant coach, Drexel's home. It will always be home. It looks like a completely different place than it was when I was here. It's really cool to see how we've advanced here at Drexel. But Drexel will always be home, man. I'm always rooting for Zach and his team. I think he does a great job. He's a class act, and Drexel's always dear to my heart.
What comes to mind when you come back here? What memories come?
Honestly, the hard practices, man, just coming up that back stairwell, early mornings. Just remember doing conditioning. Me and Robert Battle waking me up an hour before my alarm clock because he was the hardest working dude I've ever been around. Like all that stuff, man. Just being diagnosed with my heart condition and just having that uncertainty in my life, and Bruiser Flint taking me under his wing and developing me as a young coach, and having an opportunity to come back, winning a CAA championship here. It's too many memories. You know what I mean? Senior projects, Rebecca Geely and Kathy O'Brien, me being a pain in their butt because they want me to do extra study hall and I wasn't trying to do it. It's just all that stuff, man. Like when you come back and you see all the people, I tell a story, the funniest Drexel story ever. I used to sneak in here when I was a kid. And there's a guy named Gary Pointer who used to work in the equipment room he's a staple here at Drexel. So when I came on my official visit, Gary saw me walking in the hallway underneath and was like, "Yo, what are you doing?" I was like, "Yo, man, I'm here on my official visit. You can't kick me out of here anymore." He used to chase me out of here all the time when I was a kid, man. So, I'm a Philly guy, man. So there's probably not a gym in the city of Philadelphia that I didn't sneak in as a kid. There's not a gym that I haven't been fortunate enough as a competitor, both a player and a coach, in the city of Philadelphia to have either played or coached in. So when I come into the DAC, man, it just brings back a ton of different memories, man. And you know, I love this place, and I'm happy that it's in good hands with Coach Spiker.
Is there ever going to be another Bruiser Flint?
Huh?
Is there ever going to be another Bruiser Flint?
Never, never. The thing that people don't understand about Brew is you know, that dude has the heart of gold, man, and you know, all of his guys that know, and there's a lot of us that would not be in the positions that we are in right now without him. So we're all very, very thankful for Brew and very fortunate to have had him in our life during the time when we were young people trying to figure out what life was all about.
This game, I asked David this question. I want to ask you too, looking at the box score and the minutes distribution. Did it feel like you were leaning on the older guys a little more than you have in other games?
Cam Winter is such a good player that I felt like it was important to keep, you know, some of our older guys on him, and I thought Allende did a really good job when he went in the game. But it was a deal where going into the game, I wanted to rotate, you know, Scott, Saul, Dave, and Allende on him, and Skull got in foul trouble, so then it became more Dave and Scott, and that's why those guys played extended minutes today. So it just worked out that way. Obviously, with the foul situation, for Scott and Dave, usually it's a little bit more evenly distributed, and I wanted to get Brandon Stone in there in the second half, but Drexel was chipping into our lead, and I didn't want to take a chance with him in certain situations based on the other guys we had on the floor. So I know Brandon will be ready to come back this week and have a good week of practice and be ready to play against Morgan State, because we're going to be relying on him.
How nice is it going to be to have 5 straight? I don't know. You guys have 5 straight, I think, at home coming up. How nice is that? This one's only across town. It's
Yeah, you know, it's, you know, playing at home for a young team has its challenges. You know, when you're on the road and you're away from your families and you're away from your friends and, you know, your fans, there's a little bit less pressure, right? And I think we learned that about ourselves in Florida. We went down there, we played really good ball, but we were together all the time, and we played that way. And I'm proud of the way we played today, and I'm proud of the way we played against Villanova, because I feel like that Florida trip has brought this team together. Hopefully now with this stretch of games at home, we can continue to stay that way.
Did this game feel different in any way for you personally?
Yes, because I've never coached a game on the other side of the gym, so that was different. But you know, once the ball went up, man, I was just focused on, you know, just being there for our guys and trying to, you know, just, you know, stick to the game plan and beat Drexel.
And I noticed during the game, you know, you have your hands in your pockets, just calmly, you know, pacing down the sidelines, and things are, you know, starting to get a little crazy. Is that something you try to be, that calm presence for your team in those type moments?
I'm working my hardest to be that calming presence, man, because it's not natural for me. But we have a young team that just needs to learn through experience, and me being a maniac on the side isn't going to help them. So the most important thing that I talk to our team about is poise and composure. And the better we get with our poise and composure on the offensive end, especially late in games when teams are making runs, the better we'll be.
Anything else for Coach?
So, speaking of Bruiser, that's not quite the way he was.
No, but you know what? I have a lot of Brew in me, man. People say it all the time. So, you know, I'm very thankful for him and the impact that he's had on my career.